Good evening. Thank you for joining us for Local 5 News at 10. I'm Connie Fellman. We all think about it, money. Do we have enough? Will we have enough to retire? Are we putting enough away? And today, Brown County Judge Thomas Walsh rejected a motion to remove himself from the grisly murder case of Taylor Schabusiness. Carnival season lasts for 5 days, drawing crowds from around the world, and it looks like just what a great time for people and their pets. Let's go to Brazil.
Rio sounds like it's always a great time, right?
Especially this next week.
Brazil will be better than the snow that we have.
Indeed it is, Michelle. The weather is actually pretty mild out here right now, but the conditions have been just perfect for making snow, and that's exactly what they've been doing out here at Aarons Hill in Green Bay. I'm Connie Fellman, Local 5 News.
Go girl! Yeah, let's watch this.
Excellent. Thank you, Michelle. It was a more subdued scene right here in downtown this afternoon. We're here at the Brown County Democratic headquarters. We have passed the mail-in deadline, so don't try and mail your ballot in the mail, but they say you can go in person, you can drop your ballot in a drop box. The important thing, they said, is to get out and have your voice heard. In downtown Green Bay, I'm Connie Fellman reporting live. Back to you, Michelle.
If you'd like to know more, contact Aurora Bay Care at 1-866-938-0035 or visit aurorabaycare.com. And that's your Health Watch. I'm Connie Fellman, Local 5 News. In a story you will see only on Local 5, the Northwoods of Wisconsin is known for many things, but being a hotbed of jazz is not normally among them. In the first of a 4-part series you'll see only on Local 5, I'll be filling you in on a hidden secret nestled right here in our own backyard.
Once a year, the serenity of Wisconsin's Northwoods takes a dive when the whispering pines get upstaged by this. Welcome to the Northwoods Jazz Camp.
This jazz tradition here at Holiday Acres, which is a very, rural part of the world, it's deep. It goes deep.
This is not just any music camp. For starters, this camp is for adults.
There were doctors, or there were lawyers, or there were merchants of some kind, investors, Typically, they played saxophone or trumpet or trombone or piano or something in their early days, like high school or maybe college. Then they retired and they say, I want to get back to that music that I used to play, just to have fun. You're just here to play again.
Specifically, adult musicians with a passion for jazz.
I love jazz music. I love listening to it.
Secondly, these aren't just any music instructors, but the best of the best, hailing from the heart of the hottest jazz scenes in New York, LA, and everywhere in between, traveling to our little neck of the Northwoods 1 week each year to play and teach at the Northwoods Jazz Camp, hosted by Holiday Acres Resort on Lake Thompson near Rhinelander. And they're not the first big-name jazz cats to get this joint a jumping.
He had the Count Basie Band, he had Woody Herman, I saw both of those, he had Buddy Rich.
So the big question is, how did all this sophisticated jazz action end up so deeply rooted in our own Northwoods? Well, it all revolves around this man.
Kim Richmond is, he's world class, and he draws fabulous people. People want to work with Kim.
Renowned composer, director, recording artist, and more, saxophonist Kim Richmond makes his home in Hollywood these days.
I live in the Hollywood Hills, Los Angeles, near the Hollywood sign.
But perhaps more than a few years ago, Richmond took a break from his job playing studio gigs in LA.
I came here in 1984, and that is the first summer I took the entire summer away from work in Los Angeles.
To spend a peaceful summer at his family cabin in the woods.
They have a hiatus from filming soundtracks for movies and television during the summer.
The timing was perfect. And it just so happens, so was the change of scenery.
And I have a cabin 35 miles north of Holiday Acres, and near the town of Three Lakes.
That's where Richmond learned of the deep history of jazz hidden in Wisconsin's Northwoods.
So that's how we kind of got acquainted.
But the story doesn't end there. In many ways, it was just beginning, with the duet that would last a lifetime. on Lake Thompson near Rhinelander. I'm Connie Fellman, Local 5 News.
So now we know how the Northwoods Jazz Camp came to be. Next week in our Sunday 10 p.m. newscast, we'll dig a little deeper into that lifetime duet. A lot more to tell in that story. Bert Griffin here joins us with sports.
I think you know a little thing or two about playing some instruments.
A little
up there
bit about jazz up there. We'll see
in the
that
Northwoods.
maybe later in the story. I have had the honor of playing taps for many of these events as part of a group called Bugles Across America. Here's more on a mission to honor our nation's veterans with a final salute fitting of their service and sacrifice.
A simple melody. With an unmistakable meaning.
It can tug at the heartstrings.
The military bugle call taps, a final salute to those who've made the ultimate sacrifice.
The reason you're there playing it is because some guy volunteered to give his life for his country.
But as the number of live buglers has dwindled,
not everybody has that skill set, and so it's important and it's needed.
And technology has marched on, the playing of taps is often relegated to a recording.
Either through the digital horn or somebody holding up a boom box or a smartphone or whatever.
Making military honors sometimes less than honorable.
I hear stories, the most common there is the batteries go dead. This thing will start playing and dam-ta-dam, and it'll just die right there.
For retired Marine and bugler Tom Day, that idea struck a wrong note.
What a dishonor.
That's why Day founded Bugles Across America in 2000.
The organization was founded to be able to have a way of honoring veterans with a live version of taps instead of having a recorded version.
In the 2 decades since Bugles Across America began, more than 4,000 buglers across the nation have heeded the call.
For me, it's a small token of appreciation and respect.
Volunteering their time and talent so our veterans are laid to rest with a traditional live bugle call.
It's to honor them in order to honor their service and their time. And in some cases, if it was a veteran that was active duty who was killed in action, it is to honor their sacrifice.
While there may be a shortage of military buglers, there are civilian trumpet players. And for those of us who've never served in the military ourselves, playing taps for those who have feels like the least we can do to say thank you for our freedom.
You're welcome.
It just means so very much, and they come and they thank you.
Taps, as it's written, is simple.
Look at it on paper, it's easy, but to actually do it.
But it's been called the 24 toughest notes you'll ever play.
Because of what it represents. I'd be lying if I said I never choked playing taps.
It's a challenge they take on with pride.
You want to do it flawlessly.
And with what they say is a patriotic duty to give back to those who've given us our freedom.
They deserve this and much, much more.
Throughout my 15-year career in television news in Green Bay, I had the opportunity to showcase so much of what Wisconsin has to offer. From guiding a blind skier through the pristine wilderness of Wisconsin in the Ski for Light international event in Swamico, to documenting a Green Bay man's attempt to be the first paraplegic to summit the highest mountain in the lower 48 states, Mount Rainier. Promoting the amazing people, places, and possibilities in Wisconsin became the cornerstone of my television career. My spirit of adventure even took me to the roof of Africa to follow this inspirational climber on his quest to conquer one of the world's 7 summits, Mount Kilimanjaro. My energy and enthusiasm are limitless when it comes to showing television viewers the opportunities which abound in Wisconsin, both in outdoor recreation as well as indoor activities. I'm not one to shy away from tap dancing in a chorus line on live TV to promote local theater, or strapping on a pair of hockey skates for a favorite of Wisconsin sports. I even picked up a ukulele to invite viewers to Wisconsin's only tropical luau in the midst of a frigid Wisconsin February. I'm a strong believer that on-air personalities should not just tell the story, but be willing to jump into the middle of the action and show their audience what it's all about. That's gotten me into some pretty wacky antics on air, I'll admit, but always with the intent to inform, entertain, and of course, keep people watching Wisconsin.